guys, that's your Racial Legends. Welcome to the video. Send some love, some positive vibes your way, especially if you need them out there. I'm joined by KruYsen. As promised, I mentioned on the previous video when we talked about the freebie Xenomorph, KruYsen, that I'm going to have you on. I bought Predator. We're going to talk all about him, and I want to get your take on the best way to gear this dude. I want to get your quick thoughts on Xenomorph 2. Why not? And also about, does Predator have a chance to be a endgame meta champion? That's going to be the big question today. So first off, do you like the IP collab? Like, what are your thoughts, man?
Bro, the visuals, the kit, and how they introduced the Alien vs. Predator into the Raid universe, I think it was perfect, bro. Like, the new debuff, the infest, the mechanic around Hunter's Gaze, it's so fits so well the universe of Alien Predator, bro. It's
a good one, right?
Very well.
Are you a huge Alien vs. Predator fan, like personally, of the franchise?
Yeah, I growed up watching the movies.
Okay.
So yes, I am. I'm very familiar. I even use their sound. The sounds on the stream, because I like
nice,
dude.
You must be freaking thrilled. I'm a fan, but I've seen like the movies, but I'm not like it's not like my core, I'm not a core fan, I guess, but casual fan is what the word I'm looking for here. But either way, I love what they did here. I wasn't expecting it like everybody else. So before we go into Predator, because I have a million questions for you, man. What are your quick thoughts on Xenomorph, the free champion? You already mentioned the Infest. I'm not sure if you saw the gameplay yet of this dude, but it was actually the Infest especially that was very intriguing to me. But what are your general thoughts on Xenomorph?
Looks like really interesting. I didn't have the chance to test it in-game, but the mechanic seems really cool because this champion can maybe figure in both areas of the game, like PvP and PvE. On PvE, because first of the passive is like amazing.
Right.
You are a passive debuffer, so you can maybe put him in 9 pieces of Pharaoh to bring more damage to your team, and automatically you're going to decrease the defense of the enemy. So you're going to bring damage from 2 kinds of sources. First for the debuffs with the Pharaoh, second with the decreased defense. So amazing champion just by that. And you're going to have extra damage if you are able to kill people with Infest and do the damage based on HP, which it is interesting. The poisons itself are able to do a lot of damage. I didn't saw his damage itself yet.
Okay, it was with I think in the video gameplay, I think there was maybe like maybe around like 7 or 8 poisons on the Dragonheart 10, and he was doing like 250,000 per hit on the Rip and Claw. So I thought it was like good damage, but it didn't not like, oh my God, jaw dropping, but like really solid,
Yeah. So the thing it is the poison itself is already able to do a lot of damage.
Yes.
A lot of damage. So if that's the mechanic around him, interesting. And maybe on the PvP, you can make very interesting builds around him. Yeah. Like a slow debuffer that can use the Arachna Elixir to take advantage of it with the lethal dose. So you can make a slow nuker that people attack and they get poison, and people get a lot of damage from these poisons. For example, a horse attacks you and it's unblockable. So there's no way someone put bulk buffs, debuffs or something like that, and they will not take the poison. So they will take the poison if they touch you, okay, if it is a critical hit. So you can eliminate champions without even having your turn, which is interesting.
And that really it fits in the meta beautifully, doesn't it? It fits in like the poison. Yeah. It's almost like, obviously he's a far cry from Nell, but there is like kind of a budget, like if you don't have all the Cavalaxes and Nells and whatever, the stocks in the arena, now you've got a little option here that you might be able to really, between the Infest, the 2-turn stun, all those perfect veils to keep himself alive. He's got enough going for him that it's intriguing,
And if you're going to build him very, very, very slow, you can suck a little amount of damage on him.
Yeah.
Because if he gets his turn, he might be able to go damn before.
that Infest damage was pretty insane though. Like watching it on the because there's like even wave content. I mean, especially in the arena, in fact, like 50% of a Star Sage Galathier
It's
could
too
wipe the
much.
entire team, you know? So it's intriguing. It's good for a free champ. I think is really interesting. But
Imagine I infested Nice, bro. On the
I know,
second
that's what I'm saying, like
part.
180k damage. You're looking at, boom, everybody's dead, man. It's very interesting. Very cool mechanic. Okay, but we're here to talk about Predator. I want to get your initial thoughts on this guy. He has, first of all, like almost 26k HP. That makes him, I don't know, like top 10, I would say, you know, in HP in the game.
A lot.
And it is an HP-based damage dealer. I have him. I bought him. He's maxed out, you know, to the best of my ability. Actually, I didn't do the master tricks. I wanted to do them with you because I talk about your preferences. But overall thoughts, excuse me, on the kit itself. Like he has some shredder evasion and then some, you know?
Yeah. I think they did an amazing job mixing the universes because everybody knows about the camouflage and things that the Predator has, and they evade. It is something like the camouflage and the perfect veil. So they mixed both in the buffs and debuffs and made the perfect fitting into the universe. At the same time, the Hunter's Gates outside of the Chimera is our first contact with one of the strongest debuffs out there. It is a very, 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 very strong debuff because it nullifies almost everything that protects a champion. With exception of evade itself, there's nothing to protect you anymore. The increased defense, the strength, and the shield, the block damage, the unkillable, everything is going to be ignored. And you're going to receive the damage. Nobody's going to redirect it. Nobody's going to take damage from that. It's going to be poor damage into the champion. So it is a perfect mechanic to a hunter that it is Predator in the universe.
It's like the literal best move for a Predator, right? So I agree with you, man. And now, do you remember how they added like randomly that bosses are immune to Hunter's Gaze, or they added some immunity to it? Like now it makes sense because before you're like, what do you mean? So there you go.
Yeah, nobody has it.
Yeah, damage dealt to champions under a Hunter's Gaze debuff cannot be decreased, blocked, redirected, or transferred. This applies only to damage dealt directly from skills, not from debuffs, passives, masteries, or blessings. Damage dealt to a champion under a Hunter's Gaze debuff will ignore unkillable, block damage, increase defense, strengthen, ally protection, veil, perfect veil, and shield buffs. Champions can still evade damage, to KruYsen's point. Just to go over the debuff again in terms of the verbiage in game. So yes, it's incredibly powerful, especially in this meta. Gives them a really interesting option. Okay, so we have the block revive as well on the target.
Is everything about that skill?
Yes.
This is everything about the cone stick because he's going there. If he's able to delete a champion block revive, GG. He made his action. He made what he's made for. And the mark is going to another champion if he does that.
Yes.
So if he does not delete it, he's going to get the turn meter to maybe try to get another turn in a while, faster than the other champions particularly. So it is good. But like every nuker in the game, it's everything about the multiplier. Because if the primary reason to use the champion is to nuke, everything goes down if the multipliers are not good. And that's something that I don't know. I'm coming to discover with you.
Let's do it. I have him with Shredder on a random team just to do some damage. I figure they kind of go together a little bit, you know? But and I'll show you my gear. He has no masteries right now either, so this is just, you know, just for fun. And it's a pretty damn easy team too. But we'll see a quick damage check at least. So the kit alone, before seeing his damage, are you intrigued enough that he could be a real endgame option?
If day 3 hits really hard.
Okay. Hard to go by that one. Yeah. We'll get some more sample.
Or day 2. Both.
Okay.
Both. If one of them hit hard, he can be an endgame champion because his base stats is really high. His base stats is really high.
Indeed.
And he's an HP-based champion. With somehow survivability mechanic. So he's not a perfect example of a champion that fits perfectly the meta, like very hard to kill, but somehow he's hard to kill. HP with evade and very high HP
and the perfect veil at the start of the round. Yeah,
exactly. He's not going to be someone that you go dash and a support goes there, use an A1 and kills you, or use 2A1, 3A1 and kills you. So he might be annoying. So he might be a nuker that survives and endure the battle, and very dangerous because of the block revive and the Hunter's Gaze effect. And the A2, because I don't know how we're going, it is really hard to say if the A2 is good or bad. Because, it is it's such a complex heal. Because when you read it, the first hit seems interesting because the damage is going to follow up the direction of going down. So you select who receives the highest damage.
Indeed.
But at the same time, the second hit is the one that ignores defense. So usually the hit that ignore defense is the more important hit. So you cannot select who is going to be the last one to receive the damage. That is the highest damage of the skill. So somehow you're going to target someone that you might be able to kill, but not the target that you think it is going to be the hardest target to kill.
Yes, this is very, it's very interesting. So that's, I was going to ask, what would your advice be to players out there? And I guess that you just gave it, right? You're looking for like not somewhere in between the Goldilocks zone, right?
Exactly. You're not going, for example, if there is a tanker there, you're not going to try to strike him first.
Yep.
Okay. Because your highest damage is going to come from a second hit, the last second hit that the A2 gives.
Yep.
So you want to target someone that you might be able to kill with the highest A1, someone not very tank, to get the chance of the second hit of the A2 that ignores more amount of defense and does more damage, hits the champion last.
Yep.
So that's something that's not easy, and it's random, so you don't have how to control that.
Indeed.
But you guarantee that the second target of the A2 is going to have more damage taken from the second hit than the first one.
Yeah.
So that's something interesting. Most of the times, ignore defense is hundreds kilometers away from the damage from anything that boosts damage. Ignore defense is the most important thing if you're trying to raise your damage. Because nothing compares to ignore defense. Like any boost of damage is not the same.
100%. I was seeing if I can find his multipliers live right now, and I cannot at the time of the recording, at least. I'm sure they're probably out there really soon. But his damage does not it's not like, to me, very, very early on, but it's not like Taurus level. It's not like insane damage. It's really about, how much utility can we get out of this A3 given the damage that he does bring. Keep in mind, obviously, I don't have him empowered and I don't have him, awakening at all, which is always the second shoe to drop. But in terms of like actually maximizing the potential of these champions, I want to ask him about my build, man. I want to get into the build here, right? If people are going to buy this, gut check. You haven't even played him, but do you think he's worth buying? If you are going to spend in this game, do you think he's worth it? $40 without the stuff?
I think this is a very unpopular view, but the $40 is already worth the 2 speed glyphs in the end.
It's funny when I did the first video. When I did the first video, I was like, "Ooh, look at those haste glyphs."
You don't even care about the champion if you can buy the speed glyphs. To be fair, but it is a very, very, very cheap source of a champion compared to any other thing in the game. If you're going to buy $40, $50, $60, $80 of shard, you're probably not going to get. You're not going to get a legendary out of it, probably. But here you have a guaranteed one.
Yeah,
okay,
that's true. That's a good way. That's how Plarion wants us to look at it, KruYsen. Good job. But it is a totally fair point. Hey, I'm the one who bought him here, so we're good. Yeah. All right, so build, man. Listen, I want to jump into it here because this guy has the perfect veil at the start of the round, and all those evasion. Yeah. I love whenever this champion kills an enemy, grants this champion and 20% chance to evade enemy skills and accompanying effects up to 60%. That's more, survivability. He's already tanky. So I decided, I'm going to go feral and I'm going to go lethal. And I'm just going to throw in a reaction just for extra protection, What do you think about the build? What other considerations would you make? Would you ever consider stone skin on this dude? Talk to me a little bit about the options here.
I would first I would consider Stone Skin because very hard to survive anything that you have a Marius right now in the game.
Yep.
So everyone that does not have a Stone Skin is going to have 2 hits on the head and is going to be dead. And even more because Marius hits with max HP. So a very high max HP champion like him will be destroyed by Marius that everybody has.
Yep.
Embrace, another champion that can destroy anybody, doesn't matter whatever you have as stats. So 2 free champions that can destroy everybody. So nothing that is not Stone Skin can protect most of the players. Okay, so I would consider Stone Skin even if the champion has a lot of protection. All the protected buffs in the game, I would consider Stone Skin.
But you don't but one more, just to push back, because you're the expert here. But before this champion takes a turn, has a 50% chance to evade an enemy skill and all its accompanying effects, meaning not just one hit from Marius, but all 3 of the hits.
Okay.
Do you think that's enough?
Yeah, that's going to be good. That's going to be good. That's the only thing that might me consider not going Pharaoh. Because if he's going to evade, I'm not going Pharaoh. I'm going full damage. So if you're not going for the Stone Skin, for the safety of everything, I would go full damage. Let's see if I can go 9 pieces of Merciless, 9 pieces of Merciless. If I can go 9 pieces of Stone Cleaver, 9 pieces of Stone Cleaver. If I can go Lethal and Cruel, it's going to be Lethal and Cruel. If we're not going to use him in a way he's going to evade,
I get it.
Concentrate on his evade, I'm going full damage.
So basically, your point is like if you're going to go for 4-piece, might as well be Stone Skin over Feral anyway, right? Because you're going to get a 50-50 to block it. So that makes sense.
But again, this is a champion that works with Feral because he has something that helps him to survive without needing him to have a turn. So he is one of the few champions, there are not many, that works with Feral. Okay, so Pharaoh is not something that you're gonna take away from the board. You're gonna have this option. It's one more option to build him. So he's viable this way, and it's good to share that with the community because there are champions that are not viable. You're gonna suffer to put the Pharaoh. You're gonna be punished to put the Pharaoh because you're going to lose something, survivability, speed, the turn, whatever it is. But this champion is not going to lose anything to have the Pharaoh because of the passive of the evade. But
so I'm gonna do it KruYsen
I still
style.
think it's full damage.
I'm gonna do it KruYsen style because this is how you do it in your videos, and I really enjoy it. Top 3 builds. Here we go. Number 3, Feral and Stone Skin. Number 2, Stone Skin and Lethal. Number 1, 9-piece Merciless. Is that fair?
I would go, but I wouldn't go Feral and Stone Skin. I would go Lethal and Feral.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say Feral and Stone Skin? I meant I meant Lethal and I meant Lethal in Stone Skin, Lethal in Feral. There we go. And then 9-piece Merciless. All right.
Exactly.
Okay.
I would go this way.
Relic. I have the wand on him because why not?
The wand's good on everybody.
Yeah. I mean, he does have evade, which is, he does have a chance at evading not just the skill, not just the damage. Evade is so powerful, man. We saw it like even with Loki, the first evasion champion, right? It's like you evade the entire skill, not just the hit, and everything else. It's very powerful. But I'm still going wand. Annoying. Yeah. Right? Is there anything else other than wand? Maybe anything else you consider?
Since he's a nuker, we want damage. So
Cat's Gaze.
Everything that could grant him damage, the Cat's Gaze would be good, but I wouldn't waste a Cat's Gaze on a champion that is based on HP, because you have the chance of not affecting the damage towards the reducing defense because of the amount of HP. Even more champion with so high HP. So I would go for a relic that gives us critical damage, but not the Cat's Gaze. It can be even the Malefic Talon, the little knife. This one, the rare one.
Yeah.
Even the Malefic Talon is an option to him because it gives critical damage and HP.
That's true.
There are both things that he takes advantage of. Yeah. But if you have, for example, the Essence Quencher or anything like that gives more critical damage and more slots to use gemstones, it is really good. The Essence Quencher, it is an amazing one to him, maybe. And there are others that have critical damage as main stats that
Okay.
you can use. You can use. But I would go for Malefic Talon most of the time, or the Essence Quencher, not the Cat's Gaze.
Okay, sounds good. Let's move to blessings. We don't have any right now, but I'm sure they'll add something of it. Do they typically do events for the champion chases? I think they do, right? Something or not? Not champion chase, rather the paid champion pass.
I think we had one for him, man, if not mistaken.
I recall there being
because
one.
I got him 5-star. So
yeah, okay.
So they probably did.
Let me see if I did. So what would you go for a blessing on this dude?
Probably I would go for Lightning Cage to keep the
4-star.
I
was going to say the same thing. That perfect veil protected.
Exactly. Yep. If not, I would go for Life Harvest.
Yeah.
Because the Life Harvest would give us the chance of getting turn meter when someone is revived, and he's going to be weaker with the destroyed max HP. So if we get the turn meter from the champion getting revived, and our mechanics around the turn meter that you have with the A3, maybe you play again and destroy it. And that comes to something that it is really, really useful. On the relic, you have, for example, if you're using the one, that you have 2 circular gemstone slots. So if you're using a champion that has a mechanic around the turn meter that he has on the A3, you have invigorated one as one of the best options to use on him.
Yeah,
because
that's true.
You're going to
I don't have any unused
higher turn meter.
Yeah,
I know, and I have this feeling all the time. Like I did a video a few days ago.
I've complained about it 100 times, bro. But it's like, dude, I don't even know. I mean, I know I have a million of them. I don't know where they are, and I don't feel like looking right now. But the turn meter boost.
Exactly. The little thunder.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
The little thunder one, invigorated. Okay. It is really good to him. Really good to him because you're going to boost his A3. And if you use something like the Life Harvest as a blessing, you're also going to boost the turn meter that you get from the blessing itself. Mm-hmm. So it's a very good combo, very good combo. I would play around that because that might be enough to kill a champion. Maybe someone revive it and you get another turn.
That's
and
true.
You kill it again.
Yeah. Okay, so I have 296 accuracy on my guy. My gut, my intuition says don't bother with accuracy. Build them for damage. What do you think? Okay.
I would do that.
Okay, so building him for damage. Let's go over masteries. Like you can tell me where you would have gone differently as I go down because I'm not gonna.
I would. The first two you are perfectly right, but I would go with Shield Breaker from that.
Yep. And then I would go
if someone.
Yep. Go ahead, sorry.
Ruthless Ambush. It is really good.
I think we go Cycle.
I would probably. You can go Cycle of Violence.
And I like Kill
Most
Streak.
of the times it will work. Q Streak and Ham Smasher.
Yep. And then would you go defense with this dude or support?
No, I wouldn't. Probably I would go with Methodical for him on the 3.
Okay.
Because he's going to have the counterattack mechanic with the evade, and you're going to use some A1s. And if his A1 has a good multiplier, that can be a massive damage dealing hit, which it is interesting. So good.
Would you go Whirlwind or Single Out? Or Life Drinker?
I would go for Single Out. I always like to go with Single Out most of the time. I think it's a really interesting thing.
Okay. Plus, I mean,
from that, you can Bring It On because if he is hitting a tank, this is going to happen.
Yeah, support champions. Yeah, for sure. So those
exactly.
are our offensive masteries. I would have went with the same. For PvE, I mean, this guy's a PvP champion, right? Like, I mean, I don't know what we're going to be doing in PvE with him, really. Not to say that you can't use him as a damage dealer, but these masteries and this build will be fine as well. Now, would you go? I got to take a look at his A1 again. On his A1, he has that heal, pretty big heal, and the evade as well. So for that reason, are we going defense and down to retribution? Maybe even deterrence?
I wouldn't, because the passive that you have on the A1 is already a counterattack if you're evading. And I think he needs the buff that he puts on himself, the
perfect veil extension
veil, to be extended.
Okay.
So
for that reason,
if you need this mechanic to play better, I would pick HP and go down until the the
Yep. Would
perfect
you?
veil because you're
I
going
mean,
to
we
take
could go
advantage.
exalt, or we could go lay on hands because
As
he has the
also done
heal.
that probably.
Yeah, yeah. And then
You
we can
can put
go
the healing for the
for his
if
heal.
you wanted to put the heal because he has a life steal on the AU1, but not something really different.
I'll
I would
go
go
rapid
for rapid
response.
response.
Yeah, I'll go
Exactly.
cycle of magic, and
Exactly.
then
And
I'll go
you last
lasting
one
gifts.
lasting gift.
Lasting gifts. The fact that I mean, I just made a video. Actually, I made a video on my other channel about. You'll get a kick out of this. I'm not sure if you saw it, but I was wrong on Leonardo's masteries. Did you see that? Did you see that I made a video on it?
No, I didn't. I didn't
It
saw
stemmed
this
from a
one.
conversation that KruYsen and I had off air where you're like, dude, I liked your Turtles video, but I don't like your masteries on Leonardo. So anyway, it all came down to lasting gifts and the fact that it can extend Stone Skin. And it can also extend Perfect Veil. Those buffs, Perfect Veil and Stone Skin, seem like it shouldn't be able to extend, but they can, you know? So I think it's just good to know for everybody out there that you should always pick up lasting gifts because it's so valuable to get those extensions.
Makes so much difference.
Yeah, and on Master Hexter, block active skills, like on the same idea, right? Like doesn't feel like that should be extended, but it can be. So those are really two super powerful masteries.
And
All right,
Amphibo. And Amphibo. That is
yes,
the most
and Feeble
annoying
as well.
one.
Yeah. So let's see what this dude can do. I'm going to start easy, and then we'll work our way up a little bit. But you can see. So what kind of team do you think this guy fits in here, KruYsen?
So, as an HP nuker, he doesn't need anybody to boost his damage. He's going to be the source of his own damage. So, whatever can give him support to make him play, it is the best thing to use alongside him. So, if he can be kept alive and play, it is whatever you need to be alongside him. Because all the champions, like defense champions or attack champions, you need to match the support to give him defense up or to give him attack up most of the time. So since this is an HP based champion, don't need to think about that. For example, you can use the Duchess that you're using to give the perfect veil and things like that because he's going to work with that. But if it was a champion that had a increased defense or increased attack to be on him to do more damage, you're gonna need it to match the support to the champion. So on his case, maybe turn meat boosting to make him play if he's in a setup that he does not have Stone Skin. If he does have Stone Skin, you have too much chances of surviving anything because you have the passive of the Evade plus the Stone Skin. So you might have your turn even not being crazy fast. So you can think on something just to remove the defenses of the enemy before you do your nuking. So maybe a dispeller, a debuffer, or someone to reduce
set the table for him a
buffs
little
from
bit.
the enemy.
Yeah.
So when he has the turn, he's going to do the finish blow.
Yeah. His
At least we hope
A1, which is really nice, is not a bad damage. It's not like insane, but it's not bad from what I've seen so far. So we come in, we get through all this stuff, lock him out. So he has every debuff known to man. Let's try to remove. And of course, we don't remove the Stone Skin.
So we cannot use the A3 on him.
No, I can't use this, so I can't use A3. Darn it. All right, let's just AoE. Woo! Not bad, but
okay.
I mean, not great, but not bad in the damage.
This
boost.
is not bad in general. Okay, watch out. Do not kill yourself.
I got it. All right.
I think with the Hunter's Gaze, you might, if he gets a turn.
Block damage, go right into it.
Yeah, you can kill through the block damage the Maris. Okay, you
Okay,
evaded.
so here we go. So I think I should be able to kill Siegfried right now, right?
Yeah, you can. You can.
So
because it's going to put
again,
the damage.
If the attack kills an enemy, places a block revive on the target for 1 turn. The Hunter's Gaze debuff cannot be resisted. If this debuff cannot be resisted. So where is it on the passive that it spreads?
It's on the skill itself, I think.
Under Hunter's Gaze puts the and a Hunter's Gaze debuff on a random alive enemy for 1 turn. Yeah, that's not working.
Yeah.
Here we go. Kill him. Oh, it got it. It went on Siffy, but then it went off. She took a turn. Do you see that? Did you see that?
It was too fast, so it spread, but she took a turn.
It spread and she immediately took a turn and it fell off.
So it's
But-
one turn.
We'll do it. Well, I'm just gonna keep doing it because it's interesting. It was one turn.
Okay, so if it is above that, we might be able to extend. Master Hex may be an option.
Yeah, I'm gonna
On
go into
his
this team again because this is actually a perfect team to test on. I love that we can go right into the that A3 going into the block damage, man. Like that's really, really nice. You know, meaning that even if you have a protected block damage on you,
He's a counter to Siggy. Look at this evade view.
yeah. But okay, okay. So again, so if he had a protected block damage, it's still going to.
I don't think you're going to be able to land the Hunter's Gaze.
Correct.
Yeah,
Okay.
you do not
so
land.
we need to have obviously no block debuffs. But what if he already had a protected block damage? It doesn't matter as long as he doesn't have block debuffs, right?
Doesn't matter. He's going to ignore. He's going to ignore the block damage.
All right.
The thing is, you weren't able to land the Hunter's Gaze to ignore the block damage.
Okay.
With the block.
Exactly. So I need to obviously be able to land. Okay, let's do
land it
here.
to make it work.
Woo!
Yeah.
I mean,
oh, it was a good damage.
Not bad. Let's go against this team right here. Let's go against this squad.
Man, he's very on the front.
He's very interesting, given the meta right now. You know.
I think he's not a champion that is useless. You know, it's something that I think he gets me the same vibe of He-Man.
Here it is. Look at Leo right there. Let's see. Gonna go right into Leo. Ugh. So we just didn't do enough damage, I suppose.
We didn't proc the Storm Skin?
I don't understand what... Was it less than 50% damage? No way, right?
No,
what happened there? What happened there? Did I miss something, bro? Was it aspect of Surat?
The Hunter's Gaze does not ignore Stone Skin, so... Did it broke the Stone Skin?
No, I don't think he had Stone Skin, did he? I thought he had Lightning Cage.
Yeah.
Am I making that up?
I don't think he had to, but
neither of us saw. People can rewind at home, but we can't.
It is a new debuff to the game. Yeah. We might find some bugs.
This is
it because it's an interaction that we never had. You never had a Chimera with Stone Skin.
This is pretty nasty though. I feel like he's pretty nasty, bro. I feel like he's pretty. I mean, he's not like the best damage dealer, but it's not about the damage necessarily. It's about that. Let's see.
He can do both, survive and do damage.
Yeah. Okay.
Now it would be interesting to have the Hunter's Gaze to see going through the block damage up to nice.
Oops. Okay. No. Okay, leave him alone. Nice.
Leo is not broken.
So we go through the nothing interesting that we can really do here, but I will.
Yeah, just that you won him.
Oh, that was a bummer.
53k, which is good damage to a petrified champion.
That's true. All right. Let's do a couple more battles here. What's another interesting team to test?
Go on that Nianhe team.
This one.
Because
this one?
Any Nianhe team. Yeah, because she's going to start with the block damage, so you can see.
Yes, it's how it interacts with the.
Yeah.
Okay. Oops. No, I'm good. All right. So here we go. Let's go.
On the Wukong. A3 on the Wukong. Let's see.
Ooh, weak hit.
Oh, weak hit.
I'm just gonna redo the battle because I want to see on a strong hit what it's like.
Because I think you're going to ignore the block damage, heal with block revive, and the battle is over.
You're right. So on any team with only one offensive threat, you can really abuse that. All right, here we go again. Get the critical. There we go. So that's it.
Yeah. He was the one without block damage, but if
was it removed by? Did I remove it with those areas?
Yeah, but nothing will change because
nothing will change.
Ignore the block damage.
Nothing will change, but we'll do it. Why I keep going the wrong team? All right. Okay.
It is the
case
that you're going to ignore the block damage. So it is the one not protected.
Oh my god! Again. You know what? I'm just gonna A2 just so we can get to the A3.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go again. Hunter's Gaze landed, block revive. Yeah, that's pretty nasty.
Oh,
So
look, the Hunter's Gaze is on the end.
it was for a second at
Oh,
least.
but yeah, but she has a turn. So that's
It would be
something
really
interesting.
nasty if the Hunter's Gaze was irresistible or like uncleansable, protected or whatever, you know?
But that's a bad design around him because it's only one turn. So
Yep.
if he's having his Nuka turn and he kills someone, okay, he's going to spread, but he's not going to have immediately another turn. So people will have a turn in between his turn. So
Yeah,
it
yeah.
needs to be a 2 turns. You know, so
Yeah.
Master Hexer might be a viable option on him because of that, because you're going to give the chance of getting the Hunter's Gaze for 3 turns, maybe 2 turns, sorry.
That's true.
And this is something I think it needs to be addressed on the skill. We need to give the feedback for them to. It cannot be 1 turn when X spread.
There it goes to Arbiter. Yeah, you're right. Because
1
it
turn,
doesn't,
because she's
I
going
mean,
to have a turn before him anyway.
On this one, we can sneak in, I think, just using all the turn meter reduction we have. But you're right. It's very hard. Ooh, he can get in with evades though.
Yeah,
But not on the target. So I guess it's a moot point. But we can go. We can get a kill on her.
The most
Okay.
interesting part it is the Hunter's Gaze is a debuff, and that's really powerful because if you're not the one to eliminate the target with Predator, it can be eliminated by other champion.
Yeah.
You know, you're still gonna
Exactly,
have the
exactly.
Hunter's Gaze on the champion. So that situation, if Arbiter had unkillable and block damage on her, your Lazaris would be able to go there and kill it anyway.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
there is a second thing. Did you try the Carnage to spread the Hunter's Gaze?
That's a great question. Let's try it after this one. Okay. So
Because
yeah.
if he's able to spread the Hunter's Gaze, bro, you might have the chance to ignore everything on the defensive buffs on the enemy team if you're able to spread the Hunter's Gaze.
That's true.
It is like really, really strong.
The damage doesn't blow me away on the AoE, but but it's not like it's not awful though. It's enough, I feel like, you know? Like it's not trash, but it's not like, oh my god, you know? I don't know. I feel like I'm screwed no matter where I go.
It is an HP champion Nuka. To be fair, with HP champions, they are always not crazy damage. Unless they are really
Unless they're
crazy
named
damage.
Taurus.
So
Yeah.
it is hard to see a medium tier champion, you know? Someone with a decent amount of damage is usually very big or not so amazing with HP champions. I think they have some difficulty of turning how far the damage can go on an HP based champion, you know? I think they are struggling with that.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. So it's looking like I might not have the opportunity to test this out. Let's see. A1. Oops. All my fears keep proccing. I got block actives or block passives. This team's smoking me over here. I don't know. We'll have to try. We'll have to try a different team to try to do the debuff spread because Carnage on Carnage not working out for me. I'll just give him a sec. But now, okay. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. All right, it's freaking Queen of Hearts, man, ruin my big feature.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. It doesn't really matter the team, does it? Okay.
You just need the Carnage to play after him.
So we'll do the double boost. We'll do the yeah. Okay. All right. So let's try the gaze there. Oof. Or not. I should have done He-Man, I guess.
God. I think it went.
Who did it go to? Arbiter?
No, I think it went for the Fabian, and the Fabian had block debuffs.
Oh, so it can go on a block debuffs? That's kind of lame. But I guess it makes sense. It is a random.
Yeah.
All right, let's try one more squad. I want to try to spread this thing with Carnage.
Do you have Xenomorph?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, that's a smart move.
You can try to accelerate him with Xenomorph.
Okay.
So he plays before the Carnage.
I feel like our bias is not removing buffs. I mean, obviously I'm going against Stone Skin here, but like I feel like she's failing a lot on her A2. Like I don't know. Like I don't know if it's
high resistance or high
no, I just feel like
accuracy.
there's a bug there, KruYsen. It can't be me. It's gotta be the game's fault, bro. All right, I got nothing to do here, but yeah, I'm not gonna be able to go through Stone Skin. Let's try to remove. This team's maybe a little too squishy to spread here.
Yeah.
But there's not going to be anybody to spread to here, unfortunately.
You're
Let's just
going
see.
to kill everybody before
Let's see what we can do. I guess
you need to go on towers, I think.
I should have, but so now it goes on Taurus, and now it's kind of
you can't extract. There's nobody live.
Let me
anymore.
go. Let me just go right. I'm just gonna put KruYsen in, and we're gonna test it. What we're trying to do, guys, for those out there, is we're trying to make sure that
you can actually try it on PvE.
That's true.
Because you're gonna see if it spreads or not.
That's true. That's true. All right, so we're gonna try. Get out of here, team. I just recorded a video on
the dragon.
On no on stock the broken. All right, let me.
Okay.
Okay. This KruYsen. Hopefully, she has some gear on.
She doesn't need to play before them.
Oh gosh. Let's just throw on some randos here and make sure she's fast enough to go somewhat ahead of people. What am I looking at?
I think it is.
Yeah, she's going to be okay. I hope she's faster than Carnage. Okay.
She is.
Okay, so we'll go in, boost. We'll give the turn to what's-his-face. He's going to go in there, and he's going to put the gaze on Venus. And doesn't do damage, but we'll take the gaze. Now we are going to.
Great.
Okay.
Oh, it spreads.
So there it is. We spread it.
Yeah.
So now we just got to kill them all.
we can make strategies around that.
This is very interesting. So now that we can spread this, essentially, that's like it's got to be one of the more powerful debuffs that we can spread in the game.
Yeah, but PvP wise, not PvE
No, that's what I'm saying.
wise, because you're not going to have waves with block damage, unkillable, and things like that.
So now
most of the time,
all the champions on the team, if this was PvE, or this is PvP rather, every single champion on this team would be all those damage would be mitigated. Basically, nothing would land. So it's actually kind of fun, a little team like this with all of these like disgusting debuffs, like what control. But yeah, man, that's very interesting. So now that you know it can be spread as well, what's your final verdict here, KruYsen? What do you rank this dude? It's just we're just having fun here. Obviously it's day one.
Honestly,
yeah.
As a nuker, and his primary role it is to nuke, he's a failure on that point. I need to say that because
not a ton of damage.
He's not dealing enough damage to finish the battle.
He feels Shredder-like in his damage.
Yeah, exactly.
But bringing a lot more than Shredder.
But he has some utility, So we can find strategies around him even more because he is the only champion in the game that brings this debuff until now. So it is unique. It is unique, and if it is something unique, we might find a usage for him. Okay, we might have, for example, new bosses on December, and these bosses are protected by unkillable or protected by block damage. Gosh, we're gonna have to use the Hunter's Gaze to do damage to these bosses. We might find strategies around him. Let's say we have a boss that has the same passive as Nianhe. He starts the battle with block damage. So if you're trying to speed team this guy, you're going to need the Hunter's Gaze. Because you're going to use the Hunter's Gaze, and you're going to just it's brainstorming. Brainstorming.
No, it's very.
So he brings something unique. He's not a champion that I would miss, even if he's really bad. And I don't think he's really bad. I think he's one more option at the moment.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Same.
I don't think I would trust him to be my main nuker. So if I have a very good HP gear for nuker, it's not going to be on him. okay?
Yeah.
Because he's not able to go there and finish the battle. It's better to use the best HP nuker on Embry, the best HP nuker on
Indeed.
Tauras.
He's no Embry's.
Or
I mean, well, Embry's is like one of the
Exactly.
most BA mythicals in the
mythical.
game, so it's maybe an unfair comparison, but like he's a to me, I agree with you. To me, right now, early on, he's kind of a complementary damage dealer, but brings the hardest to find buff, I guess, in the game, a debuff in the game in Hunter's case. That being said, too, I do want to point out one final time here is that we're seeing him with decent gear, even though he's got some 5-star gear on him. He's also got no empowerment, no awakening, no relic. He's, so like his stats are a lot worse than my Narcissus, my Taurus, my Embrys on my account. So with, some empowerment, with better gear, with a relic, with blessing stats, I feel like that number, that nuking number might be a lot better,
Yeah, for example, we are seeing 40k nuke hits. Yep. So it's a double hit. It could be 40k, 20k, let's say. We saw that.
Yeah.
If that becomes 80k, 40k, it is a decent nuker.
Yeah, yeah.
Because in total it's 120k damage, which kills most of the champions out there.
Indeed.
So if the same nuke that we saw reach that kind of level of damage, it becomes a viable nuker.
For sure.
So you can waste, let's say waste, but it's not waste, it's to use your best gear on him. So it is something that you can take advantage of.
You can kind of see him in PvE right now, like how he's able to, he doesn't even get poisons on him, Like look at him. It's pretty cool, actually. I guess I said like earlier that he's not a PvE champion, but I assume in progression on some teams, he could be a nice little, like he's just tough to get rid of, this dude, right?
Look at these, bro. He's evading everything.
Dude, he hasn't gotten, look at this. And he heals himself on his A1. Dude, he could solo some content, bro.
Yeah.
He can. I mean, he's not going to kill him, the dragon, but the dragon can't kill him either. And then he goes, if he had A1, okay. If he had healed a little bit more with his A1, not bad there.
I think if you lock his A1 to only use A1
on
the boss,
maybe A1 and a toxic set, there you go. Boom, you've got yourself a little solo machine. It's actually pretty, I gotta say, it's pretty crazy.
I think he can solo Scarab.
Yeah. I mean, look at him.
Because you can put a set
he's gonna wipe here,
destroy max HP. You put a blue shield, and you're not going to get the counterattack. Then you're just going to counter.
Dude, look at him.
You're gonna solo the boss.
Look at him go.
Well, he looks better than the dragon.
Look at this. This is actually pretty funny, man. He can't pick up. This is honestly, if anything else, it should show you that dude, this guy has some built-in survivability and then some, with the evade and the veil synergy. So, KruYsen, are you gonna do a guide on this guy on your channel?
Yes, at minimum, now we'll try him with like 400 critical damage and something like that.
Yeah, push him to the limit and see what he can do. So overall, I think like probably an A- on this guy for me, man. First impressions, very unique, very cool. Some potentially in the end game, in the meta, as people start to upgrade him, better gear, yada yada yada. Even in like Dragon and stuff like that, like you definitely use him in Faction Wars and any restrictive content in the game and have a lot of fun with him as well. So hey, dude, we'll be looking out for your guide on your channel. KruYsen, thanks so much for coming on and chatting Alien vs Predator with us, man.
It was a pleasure, brother.
All right, guys, we'll have KruYsen's channel linked in the show notes below. Check him out. Subscribe if you're not already. If you're not, what are you thinking? What are you doing? Get in there. Thanks for watching till the end of this video. Let me know, what are your thoughts on Alien vs Predator in the game? Both of them look really, really solid, especially the freebie. Help a lot of accounts out there. Are you going to buy Predator? Let me know. Let me know if you haven't already regretted it or if you enjoy the purchase as well. Thanks for watching, and as always, take care, guys.